So if you're watching this video, you probably run an outdoor living company. In this video, I want to break down what the difference is between the pros and cons of having referrals versus paid ads. So right now, you're probably relying a lot on referrals, word of mouth, in order to get your jobs currently, right? And that's completely fine. There's a lot of pros, but there's also some cons that come with it. The biggest builders in your space are probably putting at least a little bit of their marketing budget into ads. The reason why is because throughout the years, if interest rates drop down, maybe you'll have a lot of referrals. If interest rates go up, maybe your referral growth dies down, right? We have no control over what our referrals and people that are coming in. So paid ads will always have a consistent lead flow source. So let's first get into referrals. So there's some pros and cons. I'll go over the pros first. So in terms of the pros, the closing rate in a referral is very, very high. So if one of your leads, one of your clients already has a friend and they've been telling the friend that your jobs are super, super good, top of the line, whenever you go out to the job site for their friend, 80-90% of the time they're going to close, right? And that's just another person that you can build on top of your referral flywheel. Number two is there's no external spend. Aside from the cost to acquire the first client in the first place, there's no external spend that you need to spend with any other platform like Google or Facebook. So it keeps your marketing budget down. But on the contrary, it also limits your growth because we need to spend in order to make money, right? And in all sorts of industries, how do we acquire leads cheaper than it costs for us to close them? And then also it's very organic. So we technically don't have to do much in order to get referral growth into the business. We just have to do a good job whenever we go out to clients' homes and make a really good pool, make a very good hardscape project, make a very good landscaping project. So the growth from referrals is very organic and we don't have to do much to touch it. So I'll go over some of the cons. So number one, we have no control over leads. Like I explained previously, if interest rates go high, maybe your phones just all of a sudden stop ringing. Or let's say the economy switches, your leads are going to stop ringing to your phone. And number two, it's very unpredictable. We have no sure way to actually get referrals. We're relying on other people, on your current clients or past clients to tell their friends. If let's say they don't have backyard barbecues, the weather's really bad, maybe they won't have friends over to actually refer them to who actually built your pool. So it's very unpredictable. So some months you might have a lot of referrals, other months you might have zero referrals, and you have no leads in the pipeline. So let me go over paid ads. So there's pros and cons, obviously, but let me go over the pros first. So number one, it's very scalable. The more money that we spend, the more leads are going to come into our pipeline, right? It really depends on what your monthly burn rate is, how much you're willing to invest into ads. But the more money we spend, we're going to get more leads and more appointments and more jobs, right? You just have to find that perfect threshold where you're making a lot per project while your lead cost or cost per acquisition is a little bit lower. Number two is there's multiple touch points. So I've seen it from multiple clients, even when they search us up on Google, they saw our ad on Google or they saw our website organic ranking on Google. Sometimes they don't click or they don't book an estimate. However, we can retarget them with ads. So a lot of times I had a client yesterday call me that they found them on Yelp. And then later they got targeted with our Facebook ad. And then my client went out to the project, gave a pending proposal, and they're looking to close anytime between next week or the week after. So having that multiple touch point is very effective in converting your leads into paid clients. The reason why is because the internet is so big and vast now that it's very easy to be distracted. They could click on your link, maybe they forgot about it. But if you constantly retarget them with ads, they're going to remember your company way more than another link or another pool builder or another hardscape company that they clicked on Google as well, right? And you're going to be the last point of contact before they sign on with the project. And number three, the consistent lead flow, right? So with paid ads, you're going to get consistent lead flow. It might depend on the season of where you're currently residing. In the winters, it might be a little bit less, but in the summers or spring, especially, it's going to be a lot more. So just having that consistent lead flow keeps you more sane. Even for me as a business owner running this marketing company, I've noticed that whenever lead flow is consistent, I'm more at peace of mind. While if you're only relying on referrals, you're going to have months where people aren't going to be calling your phone. And we have no control over people calling your phone either way, right? With marketing, we could do a lot of different things, change the creatives, change the targeting, change the messaging in order to get that consistent lead flow. And with marketing, you can have different offers they could pitch instead of just them finding out about your company organically, right? It's like, okay, we're running this new 4th of July offer. We're running this new Christmas deal. You get $5,000 off a new pool. So there's a lot of different touch points that you can have and offers that you can run in order to get a lead into a project. However, there are cons. And the first con is the closing rate is going to be dependent on your sales abilities. While with referrals, the closing rate is going to be relatively high no matter what, even if you have no sales experience. The con of paid ads is these leads are a little bit more cold, right? Because they did come from a cold audience. Maybe they search you up on Google, so they're going to be a little bit more warm. But for the most part, they're going to be more cold. So it really depends on you being able to sell the homeowner on why they actually want this new project for their backyard, instead of just selling them on the technical details of a 12 by 16 fiberglass pool or just a patio in their backyard. You really need to sell them on the vision of why they want this. Is it because they want their grandkids over to play in the pool in the summertime? Is it so they can host backyard barbecues? Is it so their wife could sunbathe next to it and just have a relaxing spot in the backyard? So we really need to dial in our sales abilities for paid ads. And another con is you do need to spend money to make money. So with all these big pool builders in your space, like I made a video about Foxterra, and all the different companies are very, very big. They do 8 figures a month at least. They're spending money on ads, right? And because they realize that in order to acquire clients, referrals is a big player in the home service industry. But how do we really get more referrals? We just need more clients in the door. So they'll tell their friends, and then you close their friends. And then once you close their friends, they'll tell their friends, right? It's a big flywheel and it's exponential. The more clients that we acquire in the first place, let's say 10 clients, they're going to tell 2 people each, 20 clients, right? 20 people know about your product versus if you just only rely on referrals, maybe you close 1 and then you have 2. So you only have 2 leads versus 20 leads. So it is a long game. Sometimes you might not get results instantly. For the most part, we usually get between 1 to 3 jobs per month for most of our clients, depending on the ad spend, right? But on the contrary, on the back end, the value per customer is way more because we can, once we get their lead contact info, if they close a job, we can also run these referral campaigns over to them, right? So if they refer a friend, we could give them $500 or $1,000 if the friend decides to build a project with you. So this is how I explained the pros and cons of referrals and paid ads. So if you're interested in learning more on how you can actually set up paid ads for your own company and not pay these marketing companies ridiculous retainers, I'll give you a full step-by-step in the comments down below in the description. And if you're interested, you could go ahead and consume that material, set some time to get a call with my team, and we could just walk you through how you can just have paid ads running with yourself. And I'll see you in the next video.